determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, it's Cavino and Rich. And whether you're heading to the office, kicking back to watch the game, or enjoying a night on the town, Travis Matthew has you covered. They create versatile apparel designed to make you look and feel your best, wherever the day takes you.
From performance-driven styles to everyday essentials for both men and women, Travis Matthew bridges the gap between style and comfort. Ready to elevate your everyday? Visit TravisMatthew.com and get 20% off your first order when you sign up for email. That's TravisMatthew.com.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Taking a look at the drive this morning on 183 northbound, about a 5 to 6 minute slowdown from Burleson over to Highway 71 due to some stop and go traffic. And similar slowdowns for drivers just heading out the door, hopping on I-35 northbound. You're pretty slow from Onion Creek Parkway, making that drive up to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Crispy chicken nuggets are back at Taco Bell. All white meat chicken coated in tortilla chip breading and paired with unique dipping sauces. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Time for your Live Nation concert update.
Went to the doctor to get checked out. He said everything's really good.
Don't miss Kevin James at ACL Live June 14th.
He goes, I do want to let you know, though, you are pre-diabetic. Who isn't, right?
Bayside at Emo's June 27th and 28th. The Offspring with Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory at Germania Insurance Amphitheater August 24th. And Pantera with Eamon Amarth September 2nd. Get tickets at livenation.com.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
The Big Three is back June 14th, and we're kicking things off in Chicago at the Allstate Arena. Old school, physical, 3-on-3, the most competitive basketball in the world. Check out the Miami 305 with Mario Chalmers, Vaughn Reddy, Lance Stevenson, and the Big Three MVP, Michael Beasley. Battle it out against the Los Angeles Riot with Jeff Teague, Jordan Crawford, and Dwight Howard, coached by Swaggy P, Nick Young. Does Superman have what it takes to be the face of the league, or can big man Reggie Evans shut down Dwight Howard as he promises? A must-see season opener. Also, the Detroit Amplifiers with former two-time Big Three MVP and champion Joe Johnson taking on his former team, the Chicago Triplets. Chicago versus Detroit. Always a big city rivalry. Dr. J coach and Jason Richardson and former NBA Sixth Man of the Year, Montrezl Harrell. It's Big Three Fireball, and it's live on CBS. Basketball the way it's meant to be played. Intense, physical, fast. Season 8, every weekend this summer. Live on CBS, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Followed by 2 games on Vice starting at 6:30.
Oh, yay!
I learned a lot of life lessons from my dad.
He's been there my entire life, and he's been a great example of what a father should be.
He always embraced and taught me to be a cowboy.
Dad has the weight of the world on his shoulders.
The guy is extremely talented and very knowledgeable.
He's a good man and a strong man who's not afraid to do what he needs to do for his family.
It ain't easy every day, and he dang sure made it look easy.
And I'll always be thankful for that.
Boot Barn, keep west.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Good morning, Kickoff. Good morning, Kickoff.
It's the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland,
Leander, and Silsby, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Texas softball falls short to Texas Tech to force a winner, a game for the winner to win it all. The drama of Aaron Rodgers is over. Indy and OKC start the NBA Finals off like we thought they would. Lifetime Longhorn Vince Young joins us at 7:34. Talk football, and he's got some things that are going on that you might want to pay attention to. We've got Zach Sims of OrangeBloods.com joining us at 8 o'clock to wrap up the Texas baseball season. And Ann Parker Coleman of KView will be joining us at 8:17 from OKC to let us know all the happenings around there. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge, and my co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is get over to that new and improved iHeartRadio app. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll give you some information as well for a chance to win some tickets. But you can always text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Well, in Oklahoma City, things didn't go as planned for your Texas Longhorns. First off, the weather was bad. They were dealing with bad weather. Game got pushed back. Was supposed to start at 7. Ended up being able to start at like 7:50. But because of the weather, they had the tarp on the field until about 7 o'clock. Took the tarp off, got the field ready. And when the lineups were announced, we found out that Mac Morgan was the starting pitcher. If you missed the show yesterday, we talked to Mike White, head softball coach for the Texas Longhorns, and I didn't want to go into the pitching rotation because he wouldn't have told us. But he went with Mac Morgan. I think she did okay. It wasn't like Texas lost because of what Mac was able to do on the bump. But a lot of people had questions about it, and rightfully so. I mean, Tegan Cavan is your ace, but why are you going to question what Mike is thinking when Mike has done everything? Coach Mike White has done everything to get his team to this. So the formula was good because Mac Morgan beat Tennessee. So to get them into the College World Series. So there is a lot to digest, but Texas played well. Texas did enough to win the game, I thought, except for defensively, they didn't play well.
Yeah, they had some errors, but you know what, man? Like that's the game. Yeah, you're not always gonna do everything 100. So let's not make them the villains because they bobbled the ball or the ball got away a couple of times.
Well, but in these particular moments, and if you go back, that's 6 errors in the last 2 games for Texas softball. They got to play cleaner than that because if you think about it, a lot of the runs are unearned. Texas has given up unearned runs, and those are the moments that you sit back and you're like, got to be a lot cleaner in those situations. But Texas has been put to the test. They've been going back and forth and doing different things throughout this series. So now the pressure is on both teams. I mean, Kennedy is their ace for Texas Tech. Texas has struggled against them. The one thing that Texas has to clean up is kind of the same thing that happened with the baseball team. You cannot continue to strike out. You have to put the ball in play, because when you put it in play, the pressure is on for them to catch it, throw it, and catch it again. There's a lot that can happen in that process, and we've seen that happen.
Can't leave all those people on base.
Cannot. But one of the things that continues to be sharp is our Mia Scott as she continues to hit the softball.
Left-handed batting senior. First pitch. Swinging a line shot to center. Back goes Davis. She looks up. It sails over the wall. Scott gets the Longhorns on the board in the top of the 6th inning. And it's now 2-1 Texas Tech.
And Texas Tech gets a couple more runs, but Texas comes up in the bottom half of the inning and try to make it a lot harder for Texas Tech to win the game. Leon Good had another good at-bat.
The 0-1. Off speed, lifted into left, hustling over toward the gap, into a dive. It's off the glove of Elder. Stewart rounding the bag at third. She goes to the plate. Hunter to third, and it's a 2-run ball game. Good into second with no one out. Not hit all that hard, just in the right spot. Demi Elder went over into a dive, off her glove. Good gets a double and an RBI, and now represents the potential tying run.
And she's standing on second base, and you think Texas has an opportunity. So what do? They call on the bench for a pinch hit opportunity.
1-2 now. The right-hander deals. Swinging a line drive to left. Back goes the left fielder. She'll make the catch. Tagging Hunter. She goes to the plate. Good stays put. But it now a 1-run ball game on the sac fly by Sinis.
Texas fight continues, but they come up just a little bit short as the game comes to an end.
And it's 0-2 on Henry. 5'5" sophomore. 0-2 pitch. And that's the ball game. Swing and a miss. And the Longhorns unable to complete the comeback and win the national championship tonight. Two runs in the 7th for Texas. Just not quite enough after the pitching and defense fell apart in the 5th and the 6th. And there will be one more game for all the marbles tomorrow night. Again at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Winner-take-all matchup. Texas versus Texas Tech. The $1 million pitcher versus Texas, who everybody thinks has all the money. So this is going to be a big-time matchup. And as you watch this game and you start to see how many people actually tune into the ball game, they said that the game one, there was 2.1 million viewers in that ball game.
Wow.
2.1 million viewers for softball. And a lot of folks continue to be like, oh, everybody's watching softball. Everybody's watching women's basketball. Women's sports are blowing up because the level has changed so much. Those athletes are so different than what they were. Not taking anything away from the golden ages when we were growing up, but we can see it. Everybody's getting to that next level.
Well, it's the
of
advancement of
entertainment.
television.
Yeah.
Like, things are better and more opportunities. And that's the thing that women have been fighting for years. It's the opportunity to be able to have that time to entertain. And there was so much that went on in that first 10 minutes that we talk, Hardge. Like, Mia Scott is one of the most unbelievable athletes I've seen in years. The eye-hand coordination, you even said it yesterday that, you played with guys that was like, listen, I don't care how fast you throw the ball. Like, if I can see it, if I can catch it, then I can hit it.
Yeah.
And she exemplified 100% what you said.
Yeah, I mean, she is one of the most talented players out there, and she continues to be in the record books for everything that softball has to offer at the University of Texas. She is very entertaining. And now this is tonight. Tonight is the last time that we get an opportunity to see her in Texas. This is their time because of what they've been up against for so many years. They were up against Oklahoma. Now they're getting an opportunity to play a rival and a team that this is the first time they've ever been to this situation.
Candidate can't be as effective as she was 2 nights in a row.
No, you get a chance to see her for the third time. You should be ready to go.
And she'll have all the stuff.
And you will have all the game planning that you need. Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about. This is
like, why are you saving it?
Yeah, there's nothing left. There's nothing left. It is all going to be on the table tonight, and I can't wait for it. I wish it would have happened last night. I know a lot of Texas fans are still talking about the decision that was made to go with Mac Morgan, to go with by committee to pitch that many people last night. But
what did you think about Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes being there?
I mean, they're huge boosters. They're boosters. They got uniforms with Patrick Mahomes. He got them the deal with Adidas. He helped bring Kennedy to Texas Tech. So they asked him to come. He came, and he was glad to be there.
You can tell they were enjoying themselves.
Yeah, Mahomes is a big supporter of the university and always will be. That's why they named a lot of stuff after him. So coming up next, we're going to talk NBA, another come-from-behind victory. And can we now put some respect on the Indiana Pacers name? I've been trying to tell y'all. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
One time when Bill Schoening and I were doing a Tuesday night game, and there was an umpire behind the plate, Tom Jenkins. And Tom was a rather corpulent fellow, and he lets a pitch go in there, and you hear this pop again. He goes, ball two. Then crystal clear that our field mic picked up was some fan yelling, Jenkins, you fat.
Only on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Taking a look at the drive this morning on 183 northbound, about a 5 to 6 minute slowdown from Burleson over to Highway 71 due to some stop and go traffic. And similar slowdowns for drivers just heading out the door, hopping on I-35 northbound. You're pretty slow from Onion Creek Parkway, making that drive up to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. In a rush and don't have time to shop for groceries? Let Randall's do the shopping for you. Now at Randall's, get $30 off your first online order. With free pickup or delivery, you will always get the same great prices, deals, and rewards as in-store. Shop Randalls.com or in the app.
Texas weather can be wild. Protect your home with residential metal roofing from Mueller Inc. Strong, stylish, and designed to last, our metal roofs handle wind, hail, and heat with minimal maintenance. With a range of colors and styles, you'll get lasting beauty and proven durability, all backed by paint warranties up to 45 years. Visit with one of our sales representatives today at any of our locations across Texas, including Marble Falls and Spicewood.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hardworking, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Steel GMC in Round Rock. Hi, I'm Steve David, General Manager. Great deals are all we do here at Steel GMC. Our deal is upfront, honest, and a real deal. Not some overhyped web price that when you get there, vanishes like a 30-point lead. Come see us and get a real deal at Steel. Exit 256 in Round Rock or see for yourself at SteelGMCRoundRock.com.
Shoppers first or shoppers last. Get a real deal from Steel.
We are professional grade.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you can wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes, and hook 'em horns.
Visit AustinShoeHospital.com.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Recipients have done the improbable.
This medal is for the men who went down that day.
On Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, you'll hear about these heroes and what their stories tell us about the nature of bravery. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio. Apple CarPlay. Our iOS app comes alive in your car's dashboard with a seamless way to play your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Developed with driver safety in mind, the Apple CarPlay interface was built for simple navigation and to limit driver distraction while making sure you can still access all your favorite content from iHeartRadio. No need to download another app. Just plug or pair your iPhone with your dash, and if CarPlay is available in your vehicle, iHeartRadio will sync automatically. iHeartRadio, everywhere you want to listen, including in your car through Apple CarPlay. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio, anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
Wake up with Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Rich gang. Yeah. Son of man. It's Gladys. Back out here. They got the new one. Carter. Carter 6 is out. Lil Weezy F Baby. Please say the baby. We'll be releasing a new album. We don't talk a lot of music, but we're going to try to listen to that for sure today. I got to go out of town, so I'm going to be rolling listening to Lil Wayne. But coming up in the next segment, we can get the thoughts of Lil Wayne from Vince Young. Vince Young will be joining the show in the next segment, talking some football. He's got some things going on that he wants to let you know about, so make sure you tune in to that. At the top of the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be talking to Zach Sim of Orange Bloods to wrap up Texas baseball season. And Ann Parker Coleman will be joining us from OKC to talk Texas softball.
Wow, man, you talk about back-to-back weeks. You got Vince Young this week, and we got Earl Campbell next week.
There you go. We got Earl next week coming on our Legends of the Locker Room segment next Thursday. So you'll be hearing more about that as well. But right now, I want to get into this conversation. Halliburton. I've been saying it the whole time. Listen, I know that the numbers dictated that OKC had probably one of the best teams historically in the game from the numbers. But I kept saying you can't give up on what Indiana has been able to do throughout this season. The unexpected, Mr. Overrated versus the MVP.
Why are we not on the Halliburton fan club? Why? Listen, we both have been talking serious about this dude since before the playoffs started. So it's not like you and I are new to this. Like you go back and you look at the takes that we've made. I've made at least several Mark Henry World's Strongest takes about Halliburton and his influence. And we talked about his dad one time, but you know that
they freed him. His dad is free. He's free. Yes.
And that's something that I feel like the NBA is just now starting to do a good job of is putting him in a place where more eyeballs are on him. But it takes for him to get to the playoffs. It takes for him to have moments like he had last night in order for the world to really know who this guy is, because he's amazing, man. I don't know how he slipped. I don't know why he got passed over in the draft, but nonetheless, we got him now, and he's paying dividends.
Yeah, he's been able to play at a very, very high level, but he didn't do it by himself. This was a team that was down 15. They did not lead in the ball game at all. And it all started with some big shots by a couple of players.
Tyrese is not even the main ball handler at this point in time because the defense has been so aggressive.
Nembhard steps back, three-pointer. Got it! Three-pointer from Nembhard. It's a three-point game with 1:59 remaining.
And that's not the end of it. Miles Turner, our guy, University of Texas, lone representative from the University of Texas, being able to make a big bucket as well.
It was his man that has left him, so that's what you're looking for, is that open man.
Turner sidestep, banks in the three. Miles Turner. It's a 4-point game as we approach the midway point of the fourth.
And they continue to get it done. And like I said, it's only one guy that can continue to move the needle. Halliburton.
Come on, man.
Not an easy spot on the floor to try to inbound it from, Mike.
SGA has it. There's about a 9-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Gildas Alexander spins, pulls up, jumper. Off the mark, won't go. Rebound, Neesmith. The Pacers with a chance to win it. Final seconds, no fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again. Their first lead of the game.
That boy good. That boy good.
That boy is good.
That boy good.
Did you see the defense?
That boy good.
His hand was in his face.
Yeah.
I mean, in between his arms, didn't touch him. Perfect defense, but there's no defense for the perfect shot.
Well, Mark, you were talking about the fact that a lot of folks didn't understand about Halliburton. So last night, SVP Scott Van Pelt was interviewing Tyrese Halliburton, and he had to eat some humble pie as well.
Making plays.
The other night on the show, I put my hand up and I said, look, I was late to the party on it.
Yeah, you're a real one for that.
Well,
yeah, I heard that. You're a real one for that.
Well,
a lot of your counterparts wouldn't admit that now.
Well,
so
okay, now I'm going to give myself a little wiggle room here and say you guys are under 500 at Christmas. Am I right?
Yo, we were rough.
Okay,
we were rough.
So were you bad at the start?
We were.
Okay, so all I said is I was a little late to the party, but I put my hand up.
We were late to the party too.
Okay, well, then I'm going to be. I'll be a real one right now. Every single note I had on this card getting ready for this show was about Oklahoma City winning this game, and I'm sitting here with you. It's an amazing show that you all are putting on, and the belief is amazing to watch as well. I appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much. Tyrese Halliburton.
They have to be humble.
That's respect right there.
You got to get it. I mean, the truth of the matter is it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see exactly what has transformed in front of us. We talk about shortening the season and all these different things. If you shorten the season, we're not getting this.
That's true.
You shorten the season and you're not playing things out. You don't give teams an opportunity. He mentioned last night that the team has played together now for 2 years. 2 years together. Same roster, same everything. You start to understand and you start to believe because you've seen it happen multiple times, time in, time out. You show up and you show out. That's a beautiful thing right there.
And I respect the fact that brother was able to say, hey, look, this card was all about OKC. And here I am with you. A lot of the media would not do that. Right. They would not put themselves in a situation where they were at a deficit in front of the player. I have to commend him for that.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I mean, the one thing that I continue to try to understand and try to live by is why is it so hard to admit when you're wrong?
I don't know.
I don't get it. You're
like
wrong.
We're all wrong.
I mean, it's like you're wrong. So, I mean,
unless you say, "Hey, I'm never wrong."
Well, we don't live. I think I can speak clearly about this. We don't live in. We're trying to give you a hot take.
Right.
We're trying to give you what we see and make you understand from our point of view on what's going on.
And we'll tell you whether it's fact or our opinion.
I'm not going to disrespect somebody just because. I don't like Aaron Rodgers because I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, me either.
So, I mean.
High five.
Yeah. So you just move on. But watching this basketball team, the Indiana Pacers, and people we talked about this on the show yesterday about all of the conversation about the ratings and how people aren't going to want to watch it. And you're missing out on these types of moments just because of the game. It could have been easy to turn the game off when they were down 15. They did not lead in the ball game until that shot was made. They were down until 0.3 seconds left in the ball game.
That's crazy.
And they win. The win probability of what we have seen from a team like Indiana has defied logic the entire way.
And it was good basketball, but it wasn't great basketball. Like they
had 19 turnovers in the first half.
There was probably 75% of that game that was, it was below board.
Yep.
I expect the next game, everybody to be clicking.
Jay Williams.
Best of the best, sir.
No doubt. Jay Williams said the Pacers continue to break all basketball rules. They have now won 4 playoff games with less than a 2.1% win probability. He also goes on to say that's not just improbable, it's statistically irrational. And what we're witnessing is some of the greatest come from behind victories, but then you also have some of the worst defended. That team that they beat last night is one of the statistically greatest defensive teams in the history of basketball.
Yeah.
And they came from behind to beat them being down 15 and did not lead until 0.3. I'm telling y'all, quit turning off the TVs when you think the game is over. The game is never over until it's over. Till she starts singing. She was warming up. She didn't get to that high note. I promise you that. Coming up next, we're getting to a high note. Vince Young joins us right here on a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff, right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
About a 5-minute delay caused by some stop-and-go traffic in a couple of spots. The first one's on 183 northbound between Burleson Road and Highway 71. You're also slow on I-35 northbound between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon. There's a crash being worked on at the corner of 620 and General Williamson Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Discover the true taste of Texas at Mom's Food, Smokehouse, and Delicatessen, where everything is handcrafted in-house, from the mustard to the bacon. Proudly featured in the inaugural Michelin Guide of Texas, they source the finest products from local producers. Visit us at 5811 Manor Road, Austin, Texas, or find them at your favorite farmer's market. Pre-order their barbecue today. Don't you keep the best delicatessen in Austin a secret. Tell them Mark Henry sent you.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When divorce puts your life's work on the line, Cordell & Cordell is ready to help you protect it. As a business owner, you've dedicated years building a legacy now at risk due to divorce. Let our experienced family law attorneys fight for you and that legacy. Cordell & Cordell is one of the nation's largest family law firms. Call to schedule your consultation today.
Offices in Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Austin area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SPEED to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SPEED for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SPEED for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Astros failed to cross home plate, shut out by the Pirates to even their series at a game apiece. Texas beat Texas Tech in Game 1 of the Women's College World Series. Texas will have a chance to clinch its first national title in program history tonight. NBA Finals tip-off tonight between the Thunder and Pacers in OKC. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Texas Disposal Systems.
Texas Disposal Systems, now hiring CDL drivers and route helpers. Earn up to $8,000 sign-on bonus for qualified candidates. Local routes, weekly pay, full benefits. Visit apply.texasdisposal.com. Apply.texasdisposal.com. TDS is an equal opportunity employer.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
Welcome back to a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. He is a legend. He has done unbelievable things on the 40 acres. He represents H-Town with the Get Down, and he's always been a fan favorite. And now he's trying to help kids, the youth of America, do some great things in H-Town. He's the one and only Vince Young. VY, how you doing, man? Hello? Oh.
What was call drop?
Man, how am I gonna waste my intro with that, dog?
What a great intro.
I mean, golly.
Hey, listen, man, I want to go on record right now and saying that was one of your better pieces of work.
And
I mean, you did everything. You did everything but say, listen, he's a youth pastor at the church. He said everything except for like he helps old ladies across the street. Like he has come up with the cure.
He's come up with the cure, and he's been able to do some things in his life. Well, the reason why we're going to have Vince on, and I'm sure he's going to hop on here in just a minute, is he and Selvin Young are putting on their first annual Young Boys 7-on-7 tournament this weekend at C.E. King High School. It will start at 9 a.m. and it's from ages 10U to 18U, and they're having a 7-on-7 tournament. You and I had this conversation about 7-on-7, and you were saying that Jacob was you didn't really like 7-on-7 because of the fact that they don't do much with the linemen.
Right, with the line. But mostly my issues were with flag football. 7-on-7 is very good football for structuring where you're supposed to be lined up offensively and defensively, working skills, how to be in and out of your back pedal on defense, and being able to read. I watched Deion Sanders coach a couple of guys in the 7-on-7 game, and he's like, why is your hands on your knee?
Right.
And it's just those fundamentals, and it's good that Vince and Selvin are able to do something like this. They're helping a lot of kids that otherwise would probably not have something to do constructive during the summer.
And the other part of it is being able to do it in front of your hometown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to give back to H-Town in that particular moment. And
we're quick to criticize athletes for not
Absolutely.
doing stuff. So let's be very, very quick and very diligent in supporting these guys and getting behind them. I'm upset that I didn't get invited, man. I would have came down to see King.
But I mean, what was you gonna do, Mark?
Man, I just support the kids, man. Just give a pat on the back. Good job, guy.
You gonna draw up some of them plays you had drawn up?
Hey,
for me
man,
the
I
other
got
day?
my plays right here, man. I got my plays right here. Hey, Coach Sark, I got some plays. Listen, I got a whole list of plays. They're awesome plays. That
You just gonna show them for other people?
This one will work.
Yeah, that one's from Madden.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's from my brain. This one will work.
That mug was over there looking at Shotty's play calls on Madden.
Listen, that's where I need to go. I need to go to Dallas and say, hey, Coach Shotty.
Yeah.
And since they call him Coach Shotty.
That's what they call him.
Coach Shotty, can we talk for a minute? I got some stuff I want to show you.
Yeah. So,
put me on the board, man.
So we're gonna his camp. I'm trying to find out where the website is for you to go on there. To be able, I'll post the link up on our social media page right after this conversation. But we shall see what is going to be like. But Vince Young and Selvin Young being able to give back to the community is something that has always been a major part of what's going on. So we'll try to get him next time and try to promote this camp. So we'll figure that out. But I do want to bring this up, Mark, because you and I are going to continue these conversations. Aaron Rodgers has now made his decision. He's talked about the fact that he is going to be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
Now that the saga is over, now what? What are your thoughts?
I think, Hardge, that Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that it's taken a long time, but it was strategic in what he did.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do the everyday mundane, letting the young guys work. That wasn't going to help him. And as a vet all these years, he didn't want to be a part of that. Now, the mandatory, the things where you're implementing and you're putting people in position, now he wants to be there.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because now, again, two things have been done. The conversation is over. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, which we thought was going to happen. All signs was pointing to him being the quarterback. He's agreed to a 1-year deal. He will be 41 years old. And now you start to look at who he is as a quarterback, the thought process of him as a quarterback, being part of that team. He now will play in the NFL for Green Bay, the Jets, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is becoming
a journeyman.
Brett Favre 2.0.
Yeah, he is.
Brett Favre 2.0. And the reason why I say that is because now he's on mercenary deals. He's trying to be that guy that everybody, they don't fear him anymore. And you lose. I was talking to DJ, my son, yesterday about this. Because he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I told him he couldn't follow Russ to New York. I told him he couldn't do it.
Oh, wow.
No, he can't follow him. There are too many jerseys in our house. I mean, he got like 12 Russell Westbrook jerseys. Because that's his dude. Russ, you can't wear no Giant stuff in my house. Sorry, he can still be your guy. Can't wear no Giant stuff in my house. But here's the deal. He said, we don't have anything. I said, didn't y'all just get a wide receiver? He said, yeah, we got DK, but we lost George Pickens. You do have Freiermuth. You don't have Najee Harris anymore in the backfield as far as the leadership is concerned. What exactly is this Pittsburgh Steelers team? Last night, there was a bet that was placed. Our guy Rob Parker was talking about a bet that Rob Parker said that they will win a playoff game and 11 wins this season.
Get out of here.
Because of Aaron Rodgers.
Rob Parker said that?
Rob Parker said that. He said that. And guys, people were calling
He's
in
out
to
there
bet
in Cali, though. You know, he might have been standing next to somebody smoking one of those wacky cigars.
Those fires. But here's the deal, man. Is he that much of a difference?
I don't think so. He used to be.
My thoughts on Aaron is the Steelers going to stay that running team? Because if they're that running team, put teams on their back, I think Aaron can perform in a less structured pass attack offense, as in just make plays when needed.
But Aaron Rodgers, we all know that Aaron
He
Rodgers
wants to throw it.
You have now decided that you're going to go into a conference with Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Cleveland. We don't know what their quarterback
Let's not
situation
talk
is
about
doing.
Cleveland.
And you're going to be going up against that twice. You're going to be looking across the line at Myles Garrett.
Not favorable.
Twice.
Wow.
Still trying to figure it out.
I don't that math is not mathing.
We're not going to be able to map that out.
Can't figure that out.
Coming up in the next segment, we're going to continue these conversations about the NFL. We'll hear about what people think about Aaron Rodgers. And I'm going to ask Mark on the top 25 quarterback countdown, Chris Sims style, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio, AM 1300, The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
About a 5-minute delay caused by some stop-and-go traffic in a couple spots. The first one's on 183 northbound between Burleson Road and Highway 71. You're also slow on I-35 northbound between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon. There's a crash being worked on at the corner of 620 and General Williamson Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bosch. With the Bosch 18-volt Bulldog rotary hammer, you can conquer your construction needs, and you can powerfully break through concrete. Get the Bosch 18-volt Bulldog rotary hammer. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot, because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
If you're into true crime tonight will be your new obsession.
We're unpacking the latest true crime headlines with our team of experts, covering all of the major trials that are heating up this summer.
From the team that brought you the Piketon Massacre and Murder 101, it's a first-of-its-kind live interactive true crime radio show.
5 nights a week, we go live with bold opinions, expert insight, and real-time listener call-ins.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search True Crime Tonight, and start binging now.
The Big Three is back Saturday, June 14th, live on CBS. Fast-paced, physical, 3-on-3. Michael Beasley, Dwight Howard, Lance Stevenson, Jeff T, Joe Johnson, Montrezl Harrell, and more. Live on CBS, 3 p.m. Eastern. Yay!
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains June 6th through the 9th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hardworking, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
At Hannah Chevrolet, the price we agree on is the exact price you'll pay.
I was at a Chevy dealer recently, found the car I wanted, agreed on a price, and made it all the way to the financing table. Before they mentioned the $2,500 mandatory dealer package they added. Mandatory, as in they refused to remove it. So I left and went to Henna.
For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, come in and together let's drive at Hannah Chevrolet or Hannah.com.
Big news for drivers. Presets have landed on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with iHeartRadio. Access your favorite stations, podcasts, and playlists instantly right from your dashboard. Try the free iHeartRadio app on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and take those presets for a spin.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horn. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio Did You Know? Presented by iHeartRadio. You know, what you're listening to right now. Did you know that iHeartRadio is always free to listen to your favorite stations, podcast, artist radio, playlists, and more? Yep, free to download and free to use. But there's a next level iHeartRadio experience as well. iHeartRadio All Access, where you can search and play any song, enjoy unlimited skips, download all your music to your phone to listen offline with no connection, unlimited playlist creation, and so much more. You can try it out free for 30 days and see what the iHeartRadio All Access experience is like. Why not? Open the iHeartRadio app and in settings, tap to start your free 30-day trial. Everything you love about free iHeartRadio plus so much more with iHeartRadio All Access. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
iHeartRadio. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Our blood runs orange.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we will have Zach Sim of OrangeBloods.com get his takeaway about what happened to the Texas baseball team over the season and some portal news as they are active in the portal. But I want to continue the conversation about this Aaron Rodgers signing and what the perspective is across the league.
We have some breaking news rippling throughout the land of the NFL. What we've been anticipating for what feels like months now is finally going to happen. According to the NFL Network insiders, Aaron Rodgers is finally heading to Pittsburgh.
Long overdue. This is one of the long, drawn-out dramas, like daytime soap operas. Like, you just can't get rid of it. It's going to be there. He's going to show up. But here's what Tom Pelissero had to say about the Aaron Rodgers signing.
Well, you're right, Omar. This is something that the Steelers had been focused on for months. And as much as Aaron Rodgers mulled his options, including retirement, including potential other playing options, it had been apparent for a couple months that if he was going to play it was going to be in Pittsburgh. So what I can tell you today is that Aaron Rodgers now plans to fly on Friday to Pittsburgh, finalize and sign his contract, and be on the field for next week's mandatory minicamp. Now, obviously, the fact that Rodgers is not currently under contract means that he would not have had to show up for minicamp. But by coming in now, it accomplishes a couple of different things. One, it removes all the uncertainty that then would have lingered for the next 5 to 6 weeks before training camp began in late Latrobe. The second part is he gets a little bit of time around the facility and the locker room on the field with his teammates, getting to know a bunch of players who he has never met before. He has been throwing out in California with DK Metcalf. We saw some photos of that several weeks ago. He's been in communication with Mike Tomlin and other members of the coaching staff. Now, pending the finalizing of what is expected to be a one-year contract, Aaron Rodgers at age 41 is set to play his 21st NFL season in the black and gold.
Okay, now, going into this season, how many games had you had the Pittsburgh Steelers winning?
8 at the most.
Before Aaron Rodgers was being asked to come and play for them, correct?
Yeah.
8 at the most. So you were saying that was going to be Mike Tomlin's first
losing season.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now let's see what these odds are for these future bets. So winning the Super Bowl, Pittsburgh is, I'm going over to DraftKings. They're not even in the top 10. So they are plus 4,000. They have just about the same odds as the Chicago Bears. So you start to look at this team and you look at their schedule. They open the season against the New York Jets. Imagine that. But it's a day game. So the first game of the season against the New York Jets. Then you play Seattle. Then you go to New England. You host Minnesota. You go to Cleveland. You play at Cincinnati. You play at home against Green Bay. You host Indianapolis. Yeah, this schedule is not easy.
They're not gonna run through not only that schedule, but even a soft schedule. They would have trouble.
Their rosters format
is depleted.
Yeah, they got DK Metcalf and Robert Woods and Calvin Austin III. They have Freiermuth, who I'm a big fan of, and Darnell Washington, who's getting better. Their offensive line has been kind of banged up a little bit. And you were talking about the running game during the commercial. They got Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson, who they drafted. They brought in Kenneth Gainwell. Trey Sermon is there. Cordell Patterson is there. I don't know what his role is going to be. But you start to look at this squad and you say, oh.
He's a Swiss Army knife, but he's getting up there in years.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say, he's a little old to be Swiss Army knife. Now he's just a knife. He ain't even part of the army. He ain't Swiss.
He a paring knife. He's not even a full knife.
He's the one he's peeling potatoes.
Just take the core out of apple. Can you take a core out of apple? Can you cut a divot out of a potato?
That's what he's dealing with. So, yeah, it is one of those things that you watch and you try to figure out, what is this going to do? Do you feel that Mike Tomlin is now a desperate head coach, that his selling of his soul, got rid of Russ, got rid of Justin Fields, and now he's going with a guy that from the outside doesn't seem to be a very good person?
Well, I think that Tomlin's time is up. That's all it is to it. I mean, the Steelers have not.
Going to you for all coaching changes.
They've only had 3 coaches in their franchise history.
Exactly.
And I think it's time for the 4th, because they've emasculated him. They took away his power. There's no way that he would have made the decisions that they made. Mike Tomlin is too smart, and he knows that he needs talent to win. And you trade away talent, they are putting him at a place where he will have a losing season. And it's nothing that you can say to change my mind. You cannot tell me that if you get rid of Mike Tomlin and he's never had a losing season, this is your out. I want him out. We're going to take away all his toys. We got contracts. They have 3 contracts, Hardge, that, like Aaron Rodgers, 1 year. Next year, all that money goes off the books. They can go in the free agent market and get us whatever they want. And it'll be Christmas.
And if they're bad, you're going to have a high draft pick.
And you're going to have a high draft pick.
The Pittsburgh Steelers aren't tanking, man.
Hey.
They are not tanking.
You can say whatever you want to. I didn't bring it up. I didn't say that they were. You said it. You just wait a minute. The realization. Oh my God. They are tanking.
See?
That's what you just said in your brain.
You said the realization
came to you.
No.
It came to you.
Did you influence me? Did you try to influence me? Where did the draft pick come from?
Mention tanking.
How you gonna get a high draft pick?
You
Mark?
did.
How you getting a high draft pick?
By losing. But I didn't say it.
He's never had a losing season.
They're taking away his toys. And he's going to have a losing season.
All right.
For the first time in his life.
You want to put a little wager on that?
Yeah, I got donuts for you.
All right. We got a long
You
time
don't like
for
donuts?
No. Well, I'll tell you.
You pick what you want.
All right.
National Donut Day, by the way.
It is.
Yeah. Where you at, Shipley's? Where you at, Shipley's?
Come on, advertise so we can get that donut.
Coming up, we got our guy Zach Sim of orangebloods.com. Hour number 1 is in the books.
Texas weather can be brutal, so why settle for anything less than tough, reliable protection? Mueller delivers premium steel buildings and residential metal roofing built to handle year-round weather with lasting durability. Whether it's a barn, garage, or your forever home, trust Mueller to design your metal building project with style that stands out. Call Mueller Inc. today or visit MuellerInc.com. Design strong, designed for Texas.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Are you ready for a new car? All right, great. You should be excited about this because it's going to be super easy when you call Apple Leasing. The number is 346-9977. Again, that's 346-9977. The website is appleleasing.com. Just call them up and tell them what you want. Doesn't matter if it's a Ford, a Chevy, Mercedes, BMW, whatever it is that you want. Apple Leasing can get it for you. Yeah, driving around from dealership to dealership, those days are long, long gone. Apple Leasing does it all with one phone call. You can even sign your paperwork online. It's that simple. They have so much repeat business because they treat people right, and they're going to treat you right when you lease your next car from Apple Leasing. That lease payment often a lot less than it would be if you bought that exact same car. Call them today. Here's the number, 346-9977.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Hey, it's Covino and Rich. And whether you're heading to the office, kicking back to watch the game, or enjoying a night on the town, Travis Matthew has you covered. They create versatile apparel designed to make you look and feel your best, wherever the day takes you.
From performance-driven styles to everyday essentials for both men and women, Travis Matthew bridges the gap between style and comfort. Ready to elevate your everyday? Visit TravisMatthew.com and get 20% off your first order when you sign up for email. That's TravisMatthew.com.
When it comes to making fantasy picks on your favorite players, you want excitement.
but you also want a platform you can trust. Better Picks is available in over 30 states. So if you're hearing this, it's probably available for you.
Better Picks is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just pick more or less on your favorite player stats and put your skills to the test.
With Better Picks, you get the thrill of playing for up to 2,000 times your cash. So go ahead, make your picks and play for big wins with super fast payouts and withdrawals.
Go to betrpicks.com or download Better in the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to get your first deposit matched in bonus funds up to $77. That's betterpicks.com, promo code RADIO.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of a Feel Good Friday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We talk Texas falling to Texas Tech to force a Game 3 winner-take-all matchup tonight at 7 o'clock. We've also talked the Pacers versus the Thunder and the come-from-behind victory as you cannot sleep on Indiana. And we talked Aaron Rodgers and is he going to get Mike Tomlin fired? But right now we're going to recap the Texas baseball season once again and put a bow on this thing with our guy Zach Sim of orangebloods.com. You can follow him on social media at Zach at the Dish. Zach, Texas baseball comes up a little bit short. UTSA, a very formidable opponent, continues to make moves and show that they are here to stay, but nobody really wants to hear that. They want to know more about why Texas is done at this particular time, and what is your takeaways from this baseball season?
Yeah, good to talk to you all this Friday. Texas kind of ran into the team that gets hot at the right time. They've been good all year long. Obviously, they put an impressive record together, but going into the NCAA tournament, it's not always about the best team. It's about, or the most talented team. It's the team that's hot and playing well. And unfortunately for Texas, the offense just didn't have quite enough, and then there was enough, lapse in the pitching and or defense to help them keep them off the board at certain times. And it wasn't even that the offense was bad. It was I thought they were really good in spots, but they couldn't get together, or they couldn't get hits out in bunches and hits back to back. And so they were all scattered apart, and, that ended up being the game. It was crazy that Texas inevitably would score, 7 runs in that first loss. And then 6 or 7 runs in the second loss, because their record all year long, especially at home, has been exceptional. And so they played a team that had a lot of veteran leadership, and they got outplayed, unfortunately.
Zach,
we just couldn't get any breaks.
Zach, we're losing some guys. Blue is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the guy to step up and play his role, or is there somebody that's in the portal that we could bring in to be as effective as Blue was?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Blue is he was such a competitor. He gave you a lot there in the middle of the heart of the lineup and could change a game at any moment. I don't think there's one guy that can necessarily replicate him every single time. I mean, you're talking someone that would have to play at a very, very high level, but I think there are a couple of names in the transfer portal that certainly could get you there close there. And then when you combine them with other folks, yeah, it starts to look a little different. You think about last year to this year, a guy like Jalen Flores had a close to 100-point drop in his batting average. And so if they're able to bring in some folks that can help kind of bring it back to that average, it starts to offset. So it's not all about replacing it at one place. It's about replacing it across the board in a number of positions. But certainly you would expect guys like Casey Borba over at third base to have, continue to work on being a better pull hitter and be able to really get back to his roots. Because he's changed a lot as a hitter from his time in high school to his time with Team USA to the time that he's been here at Texas. He's continued to develop. So a guy like him can certainly provide you some more pop. But then I think more importantly than Baloo, it's going to be what does Rylan Galvan do behind the plate? He was the linchpin to this team. He was kind of that heartbeat like we talked about. But man, he was also a warrior. He caught a lot of innings. He was dinged up at different times and just continued to roll out there. So how you replace a guy like that from a leadership standpoint and a production standpoint will be really big.
We're talking to Zach Sim of orangebloods.com. You can follow him at Zach at the Dish. And Zach, we talked about some of the guys that are going to be leaving, but a lot the youth can be served when you look around and you see what Dylan Volantis has been able to do. You can look at what Jonah Williams has been able to do and some of the young pitchers that have had an opportunity to make some moves. So the future can be okay. But all those guys that have jumped in the transfer portal and now you got to fill those voids, what are some of your areas of concern that needs to be addressed immediately?
I think for me, it's mostly on the hitting side, actually. If you think about the signing class that they have for 2025, there's two guys at the top that if you were to happen to get on campus would be instantaneous game changers.
Yep.
I mean, they, from an offensive and defensive standpoint, they are exceptional. And that's why they're top of the first round type guys. But then the rest of the signee class very likely makes it to class. And there's some really, really good pitching talent in there. I think the day and night that you're going to see kind of the pitching staff transform from just freshman class is really important to me. And so it goes back to the hitting side. How do they get support for A-Rod? How do they get support for Mendoza and Borba? They already got one guy out of the transfer portal, Josh Livingston. He's a big guy with pop. He's a left-handed hitter, which the staff was certainly going to put a priority on if I had to guess, because they didn't have enough left-handed hitters in the lineup this year. So they're certainly going to be looking for guys but he's got pop, right? So he can play a corner. He's played all over the infield. My guess would be more of a first baseman if I had to project forward at the moment. But getting a guy like him or a couple more guys like him that can pop, and then probably looking to get an outfielder with the loss of Baloo and then Tommy Farmer hitting the transfer portal. They're going to want another guy that can run out there and make some plays defensively for them.
Zach, I wanted to ask you too, because I'm curious about the thought process. This is year number 1 under Coach Schlossnagle, and obviously they had those exit meetings with the players. Hence the reason why some of these guys probably decided to jump in the transfer portal. But now having that full off season, so to speak, where you can really get into trying to fill out this roster, do you see a lot of impact that can be made from the portal as well as those players that you were talking about from the high school side?
Yeah, absolutely. The way I kind of view this upcoming season, the 2026 season, is that they're going to set the foundation for the year to come, right? So they're going to go out and they're going to try to get some impact guys from the portal. And just because they haven't announced a bunch of guys yet, like, do not fret. I mean, I've talked to a couple of agents and other folks, and these guys, like, every single time you hear a top name, it's Texas is right there. Yeah. Those representatives are all talking and mentioning Texas. They're mentioning Florida. I mean, they're right there at the top competing for some of the top names. So I see this as probably a big portal year from a hitting standpoint. But for me, it's the foundation is being laid for that 2027 season with this freshman class of pitching. And then when they get to that 2026 class and get them on campus for 2027, I mean, it's going to put Texas in a very different stratosphere from a talent perspective. So, yeah, I see this as a big impact year for the Texas coaching to be really kind of put their mark and kind of get their guys in. Not that they didn't enjoy and love the guys they had on campus. It just, it's a little different when you're inheriting a roster. So.
Right. So with that being said, what would your grade be for the Texas Longhorns and their season as a whole?
I thought it was an A. I know everyone's going to tell me that, look, they didn't make it to Omaha. How can you give them a high grade? But, you know, some of the nonsense I've seen online, like these guys won the SEC in their first year at Texas. That's not just impressive. That's ridiculously impressive. And the fact that it's the first year in the SEC for Texas. And some of the teams they're going up against, Arkansas or Tennessee or some of the others that are still playing, I mean, it was a really deep field for the SEC. There was a lot of parity, I felt like, this season. There was a lot of talent out there. And so I thought they did an amazing job pulling everything together in such a tight time frame. You know, I know coaches talked about the buy-in. He was able to get all these kids to buy in and say, hey, we're here for the university. We're here to play for each other. This is what we're going to go do. And they did that, right? So I thought it was a very successful season. And trust me, if they're going to talk to recruits right now, they're certainly pointing at and saying, hey, look what we did in year one. Imagine what we can do with you in year two and year three.
Yeah, I really kind of agree with you as far as the expectations coming into the season. You and I each had conversations with Coach Schlossnagle, and he kind of laid it out for us. He needed some key things to happen. For the most part, a lot of those things did happen for them to stay healthy. And you lose a Max Ballou for 26 games, and you still find a way to piece it together and win the SEC by 2 games. Yeah, you did one hell of a job in your first year. So as always, man, I appreciate you jumping on with us. We'll give you a break for a little bit, but we will ask you some questions during the week and ask about some of the games that you're going to be paying attention to on the College World Series run as the Super Regionals start today. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Zach.
Appreciate y'all. You'll have a wonderful Friday.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to go to OKC and talk to Ann Parker Coleman of KView to get the latest news and her thoughts on last night's game as Texas falls to Texas Tech. Coming up next right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
It's the Craig Way Show.
If Jerry Jones does care as much about his fans as he says, try to make some moves that might at least appeal to them a little more than a lot of the moves you made. In other words, like a real personnel person, a real general manager. Make Will McClay the real general manager.
Voice of the Texas Longhorns and Hall of Fame broadcaster. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
The left lane's blocked off by an accident on I-35 southbound before Highway 80, and traffic is starting to build in the area. We have some stop-and-go speeds for drivers on 183 northbound, causing a 5 to 7 minute slowdown from Burleson Road over to Highway 71, as well as a crash on Grand Street at 3 points. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Need an AC company you can count on? Call Abacus. From tune-ups to repairs and the latest indoor air quality solutions, Abacus can do it all. Now get 0% financing for 60 months on select Linux systems. If you want the best, call Abacus. You can count on us.
Attention construction superintendents, contractors, and event planners. If you're in the market for a temporary rental fence, call Viking Fence today. The same company that is so reliable with permanent fences can save you time, money, and headaches. Located in Central Texas since 1972, Viking is highly committed to prompt and courteous customer service. Our flexible pricing plans allow you to fix your costs or hit your budget. Ask about our damage waiver rate that will eliminate untimely chargebacks. Excellent work, great service, and an honest reputation. Call Viking Fence today at 837-6411 or visit us online at vikingfence.com. Again, call 837-6411 or visit us at vikingfence.com. When you think temporary rental fence, think Viking.
Since 1909, the Coverts have grown with Texas, driving progress, earning trust, and serving our communities. 116 years later, my family's proud to continue this legacy at Covert Chevrolet in Bastrop, delivering exceptional service and continuing a reputation of excellence. Covert Chevrolet in Bastrop. Come see us or shop our low rates and special offers online at covertbastrop.com. Trade-in values are up, so now's the time to trade in and trade up. Covert Chevrolet, Highway 71 in Bastrop. Together, let's drive.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.
With Team in Training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train, and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Let's go to OKC as we get a chance to recap Texas softball with our girl, Ann Parker Coleman of KView. You can follow her at Ann Parker Cole, the number 1 on social media. And Ann Parker, let's get right into it. A lot of people walked into that ballpark last night thinking they were going to see Tegan Cavan. They end up seeing Mac Morgan. And to be honest with you, I had no problem with it. It is something that coach has done throughout. She pitched to get Texas to the College World Series Championship Series, didn't give up any runs. The game just changed because Texas couldn't field the ball. But it started off with the weather delay. Tell us how you and Jeff Jones survived during the weather delay.
Well, we barely did. It's so funny. It was raining. Not that bad yet, raining and thundering and some lightning in the arena. And then, of course, as it would have it, as soon as we get on camera and we are doing our live shot, they're literally tossing to us in the stadium from the desk in Austin. And as soon as they start doing that, all of a sudden, I'm feeling a lot of wind at my back, rain picks up. Like Jeff and I both kind of look at each other, and we don't even get 30 seconds into our whole spiel before our lights start falling, and Jeff is, lunging for the light, and I'm trying to, keep the ship on track. And it was pretty crazy there for a little bit, but luckily it settled down. And I mean, from that moment, I was like, oh, playing a ball game tonight? Like, I don't know if that's going to happen. That outfield looked pretty nasty. And then, of course, we're asking about contingency plans. And if they don't play, or if they don't start playing before 11 p.m. last night, then they would not play a doubleheader today. They would have played game 2 today, game 3 on Saturday. And then, for a bunch of fans and maybe some media who was expecting this to be over in 2 games, being here until like Saturday was like, oh boy, like maybe buckle up. But it was good to go, settled down, and it really wasn't that bad of a delay. They still had first pitch by, I believe it was 7:50, so not too bad.
We're here with Ann Parker Coleman, and for all of the weather delays and all of the bad weather, it didn't seem like anybody left. I mean, the crowd looked as full as I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I don't think it deterred anybody one bit. It definitely didn't deter Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes. They were there, but still completely full stadium. And, we've gone back and forth, Jeff and I, about whether we thought more Texas Tech fans or more Longhorn fans were here. And of course, I'm in the press box during this, so I could be wrong, but I think it seems pretty even.
Wow. Should they start like in the next game, the game tonight, maybe split the crowd like Texas OU?
Well, it's funny. They kind of have been to a degree. I feel like wherever, whichever dugout Texas is in and whichever dugout Texas Tech is in, that's where their fans sit. Of course, it's not completely like that. It's not as straight down the middle like Texas OU, but you can see it's one side is more Longhorns and one side is more Red Raiders.
Hardge said he didn't have a problem with the pitching choices. I thought that it was a good deal because if I'm a father or if I'm a mother of a kid that's playing on a team and my kid gets to play in one arguably the greatest baseball spectacle for college softball, I think that'd be a great recruiting ploy, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I personally, I agreed with the choice to go with Mac Morgan and to rest Tegan. I think it gives you way more flexibility because now you are playing in a game 3, and you would be in a tough place if Tegan had started last night and then she's going to be tired tonight. At Texas Tech, I can admire the idea of not wanting to lose with your ace on the bench. But even last night after game 1, I mean, I thought Kennedy looked a little rough. And granted, rough for her is everybody else's best day ever. But she gave up 2 hits in the first inning. There was a hit by pitch. She was walking girls. And those are uncharacteristic things for her. So I expect her to look pretty tired tonight. I don't know how she couldn't be exhausted. Whereas Texas, I don't think that you're going to have that problem with Tegan. And you're right. If you're looking to go to Texas, I'm more interested because I know that I'm going to get some playing time. It's not just going to be a one-trick pony.
No, it's amazing to me that this is where we are, going back to what you said about thinking it was going to be 2 games. Both games have come down to the final at bat, so you can't ask for more than that. But talk about the energy around the Texas fans. I've seen some of the interviews. I've seen you talking to the players, but talk about the players and their mindset and what some of the fans were talking about after leaving the game last night.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that really stands out in all of this is it was a disappointing loss last night, and yet still, after the team came out of the dugout and were heading to the buses, there's all the fans and all the kids on the wall wanting their ball signed and taking selfies with the players. They also went down the wall, signed every ball, signed every autograph, and Reese Atwood and Tegan Caban, I mean, they were the last to leave. They probably stayed for an extra 30 minutes just talking to all these fans after a really tough night for them. And I thought that was so impressive. And if you're a fan, you got to love that.
Yeah, especially because of those young ladies being able to
Mhm.
separate game from fans and being able to have that conversation.
Absolutely.
Game 3, winner take all tonight, 7 p.m. On ESPN. Can't wait for that. But I wanted to ask your opinion about the Texas baseball season. You have been immersed in all things Texas since you've gotten here, and you got a chance to be around the team, be there for those final moments. What was your thoughts on how the season ended for Texas?
Disappointing. If you would have gone back and said Texas is going to go 0-3 against UTSA in, mid-March or April, you would have thought that I was crazy. Just how hot this team was going back to maybe around, the Texas A&M series or when they played Georgia. It's wild the way that it petered out. But I think if you're looking at it from a fan perspective, the first year of Jim Schlossnagle, you did not have pitching depth, and yet they were still able to accomplish what they did. Number 2 national seed, SEC regular season champs. I think that there's a lot to be optimistic about in the future.
Yeah. And a lot of players are obviously getting a transfer portal. There'll be more that will be coming to the University of Texas. So we are going to be busy as all get out during the off season. Before we let you go, I know the weather was kind of rough. Did you have to bunker down last night after the game, or are all skies clear for today?
We left the stadium probably around 11:30, 11:45 last night, and we were good to go. No bad weather. I think it started storming. I'm not sure. Sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up at some point and there was thunder and lightning, but so far, clear skies. When we were checking the weather last night, I believe it's supposed to maybe storm this morning and cool off by game time. So good with me. As long as we're starting on time tonight, I'm good with it. Just storm any other time.
And no doubt about it. As always, we want to thank you for taking the time to jump on with us. Make sure you're following her on social media. She keeps you up to date on everything. And Parker Cole, the number 1. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right. Yeah, it's the weather has been kind of rough up there, and they've been trying to find a way to get it done and make things happen. And I watched that whole entire interview where the camera was about to fall. Jeff had to grab it. She was talking. They were trying to move it. Jeff said, we're just going to leave this light down because it is going to get thrown over and it's going to get broken.
Seems like Ann needs to stay in the press box.
That's where she wanted to be. I can tell that for sure. Coming up next, we got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A change to the better on the ramp on 183 northbound off to Cameron Road. The crash here has been taken care of and speeds are starting to recover in the area. There's still an accident on FM 969 at Gilbert Road and some stop and go traffic I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon, causing about a 5-minute out of the drive. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. In a rush and don't have time to shop for groceries? Let Randall's do the shopping for you. Now at Randall's, get $30 off your first online order. With free pickup or delivery, you will always get the same great prices, deals, and rewards as in-store. Shop Randalls.com or in the app.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather, partly cloudy skies for your Friday, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low 78, Saturday and Sunday's high near 100.
This report is sponsored by CONCACAF Gold Cup. The CONCACAF Gold Cup is coming to Austin's Q2 Stadium Thursday, June 19th. Saudi Arabia versus United States. Sea Stars Christian Pulisic and Tyler Adams fight to reclaim Gold Cup glory. Get your tickets now at SeatGeek.com. That's SeatGeek.com.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. We can live beside the ocean. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. This is your home for the Round Rock Express. 1300 The Zone.
He said that's what he do. And this is what he do at 8:34. Every day, Monday through Friday, the world's strongest man, me, Mark Henry, brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
All right. That's not how I say it.
Oh, my bad.
I say it like, that's what I do.
Oh.
You say it from your soul.
Okay.
That
was a little intense, right?
Yeah, I have to do that. Hardge, yes. No, time is.
What time is it?
Ah, the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Guys, I don't know whether to feel like I'm being punked or to feel excited or what, because something that I've been really dying for is being talked about right now. And my take today is, give it to me. I want more of it. The NBA is considering expansion, 2 teams. And emerging right now, the leading candidates are cities like Mexico City, Montreal, Vancouver, San Diego, Seattle, which I really feel like it needs a team again. It's a historical city that fits into what they want to do. But they want passionate fan bases, and they want cities that already have the infrastructure for a new stadium. I say new because that was the breaking point in Seattle. They didn't want to do a new stadium. They wanted to renovate the Rose Arena. The other thing is the things that draw them is historical content, which we talked about Seattle. They want to do Las Vegas as well. So there's no historical content there other than the ABA, but they want competition. They want potential league-wide revenue and possible a timetable for these teams. The teams that they want to make sure that the market size and fan base is proper, the infrastructure is proper, and the financial visibility or viability is there. I'm all for it. My take is that I want it. We need 2 more teams to make it 32. And what say you?
I mean, I've always been for expansion because I think the opportunities for everyone to get a chance to play in this wonderful league we call the NBA is important. You know, I've been part of baseball franchises that have cut teams, that have been able to downsize. Major League Baseball has downsized some of the minor league teams. So you're missing out on opportunities to continue the quest. If you expand the league, that gives more players an opportunity to play in the league, more opportunity to develop and get paid while you're in the NBA, and probably create a new career for yourself as you start to expand these teams. Location, obviously, I'm glad you brought up Seattle. That fan base is one that is amazing when you think about it. They were heartbroken when the Supersonics went to OKC. They still feel that's their team playing for the NBA championship because they end up losing that great franchise. I do believe that Seattle should be one of those spots that is awarded a franchise.
I think that Seattle is number 1 for me.
Yeah.
And that other spot, I know this is going to be a hot take, but I think it should be out of the country. I don't think that San Diego and one of these small or Las Vegas would be the one. I think it should be Mexico City.
I'm not for that.
Wow, why?
I'm not for that. I want a team here.
You want Las Vegas to have a team?
I want Austin to have a team.
An NBA team?
Well, yeah, why
San
not?
Antonio is 70 miles away from here.
What does that mean? LA, they share the same arena in LA.
That's a perfect rivalry
Well,
right
that's
there.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why do you think they keep bringing the Spurs here for us to see them in the Moody Center? I think the Moody Center would be a perfect place for an NBA team. We were talking about getting
I think
the
also
WNBA.
would be great for WNBA.
Yeah.
Because of the support of women's sports.
I agree with that too. But LA Sparks, they got a team, and they got the LA Lakers. You got those. So you could have two teams.
I just don't. San Diego, I mean, they had baseball and they ran baseball out of it.
No, you're thinking of Oakland.
Oakland.
San Diego, I get season ticket requests from San Diego. We were out there so much at one point going to baseball
games. The league really want a team in Las Vegas. They
really do want Vegas to have that spot.
Yeah.
Vegas. I can see Vegas and Seattle.
Now you're going to have in Las Vegas in the near future, you could have Major League Baseball. You're going to have that because the A's are moving there. That's the team you were thinking about.
Yeah, Oakland going.
You got the Silver or whatever what are they called? The women's basketball Aces. You got the Aces with Becky Hammond. You have the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
You've got the Golden Knights of Las Vegas in hockey.
So now you need
the infrastructure is there. You talking about infrastructure.
There you go.
There's plenty of it there in Las Vegas, and the entertainment value.
What's kind of funny to me is Vegas was the first. The NBA was the first to actually put a dot on Vegas, and they're the only one that's not there now.
Right. Well, that's because they couldn't do it because they didn't know what the legal betting ramifications were going to be. Now that that's all passed, now they're in that phase that they can take that.
Back in the early aughts, I remember Sacramento, the Maluk brothers was wanting to move the Kings there, but that fell through.
Right. And now you have an opportunity to do so.
I wonder if there's teams right now that are like, no, we want Vegas and want to move their team to Vegas.
That could be true too. And don't forget about Dallas. Dallas was trying to get a casino. The people that own the Dallas Mavericks now are casino owners. So
that would be messed up.
That's why the conversation was being had. That's why all of this, but it was initially because they want to bring gambling to the state of Texas.
They're meeting about this right now.
Yeah,
and I'm just so happy that they're having the conversations, Hardge.
Yeah,
because like you want 32 teams. I mean, it's just better with more. And Seattle deserves it. They deserve it. It's not they're the only team that is a lock. Give it to them.
Yeah, I'm all in for that. Seattle has always been one of those places that when you look at their history and what they were and the fan support, all you needed was a new arena, and they didn't want to do a new arena. And now they got. And now they have to.
Now they about to win a championship.
Because that's what. No, I ain't gonna do that. I stopped myself.
Whoa.
Another great take by the WWE Hall of Famer. When we come back, we'll close out the show. Send you to Dan Patrick. More from Texas softball, and of course, the regionals in baseball start today. I know. Nobody cares. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Texas Longhorns are returning to Oklahoma City.
Texas is going to the Women's College World Series.
Follow the journey as Texas chases a national championship.
First pitch swing, hits it high and deep to left field. It is out of here.
Listen to Texas softball on 1300 The Zone and the free iHeartRadio app.
The JV and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A change for the better on the ramp on 183 northbound off to Cameron Road. The crash here has been taken care of and speeds are starting to recover in the area. There's still an accident on FM 969 at Gilbert Road and some stop and go traffic I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon, causing about a 5-minute out of the drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. In a rush and don't have time to shop for groceries? Let Randall's do the shopping for you. Now at Randall's, get $30 off your first online order. With free pickup or delivery, you will always get the same great prices, deals, and rewards as in-store. Shop Randalls.com or in the app.
When you pull up somewhere, the first thing people see is your ride. So why not make a statement before you even open the door?
That's right, Mike. And with MyPlace.com, you can design a license plate that's all you, custom, bold, and Texas strong.
Put your nickname, your business, your favorite saying, whatever makes you, you. And don't worry, it's totally DMV approved.
Over 450 plate designs, sports teams, military, blackout styles, you name it. I got mine, and trust me, heads turn.
It only takes just a couple of minutes online. You choose your design, pick your message, and boom, your custom Texas license plate is on its way.
Why blend in when you can stand out?
Make sure you go to myplates.com today and use the promo code THEZONE. That's the zone, all one word, to get up to $55 in savings. Visit myplates.com today and put your personality on the plate.
Need space that's designed to last? Mueller Inc. delivers pre-engineered steel buildings customized for your style. From garages and workshops to barns, warehouses, even airplane hangars. Our bolt-together buildings are designed to last decades with proper installation and maintenance. Designed for strength, engineered for Texas. Visit us today at any of our locations across the Austin area, including Marble Falls and Spicewood, or go to MuellerInc.com.
The Big Three is back June 14th, and we're kicking things off in Chicago at the All-State Arena. Old school, physical, 3-on-3, the most competitive basketball in the world. Check out the Miami 305 with Mario Chalmers, Vaughn Ready, Lance Stevenson, and the Big Three MVP, Michael Beasley. Battle it out against the Los Angeles Riot with Jeff Teague, Jordan Crawford, and Dwight Howard, coached by Swaggy P, Nick Young. Does Superman have what it takes to be the face of the league, or can big man Reggie Evans shut down Dwight Howard as he promises? A must-see season opener. Also, the Detroit Amplifiers with former two-time Big Three MVP and champion Joe Johnson taking on his former team, the Chicago Triplets. Chicago versus Detroit, always a big city rivalry. Dr. J coach and Jason Richardson and former NBA Sixth Man of the Year Montrezl Harrell. It's Big Three Fireball, and it's live on CBS. Basketball the way it's meant to be played. Intense, physical, fast. Season 8, every weekend this summer. Live on CBS, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Followed by 2 games on Vice starting at 6:30. Oh, yay, yay!
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Riata Ford in Manor has made it simple. Pick yours at riataford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Riata Ford in Manor has made buying a new Ford simple.
If you're into true crime Tonight will be your new obsession.
We're unpacking the latest true crime headlines with our team of experts, covering all of the major trials that are heating up this summer.
From the team that brought you the Piketon Massacre and Murder 101, it's a first-of-its-kind live interactive true crime radio show.
5 nights a week, we go live with bold opinions, expert insight, and real-time listener call-ins.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search True Crime Tonight, and start binging now.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, score free gifts for the greatest dad. Right now, get a free select DeWalt, Craftsman, or Cobalt tool with purchase of a select battery kit. Plus, get a free Werner 2-foot aluminum ladder when you buy an 8-foot fiberglass ladder. Shop these deals and more this Father's Day at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
iHeartRadio just gave driving an upgrade with presets, now on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your go-to stations, podcasts, and playlists, all just a tap away on your dash. Start your engine, hit play, and drive happy. Free with iHeartRadio on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
What a great week of shows this week. If you missed any part of our shows, get over to the podcast page. Today, we had Zach Sim of orangewords.com and Ann Parker Coleman of KView breaking it all down. We also discussed Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That
and
would have
the-
been breaking.
Yeah, that definitely would have been breaking news. And how many wins do you think that they will get? Also, get over to AM 1300 The Zone on X and cast your vote for the Covert Huddle Plays of the Week. Get over there and cast that as well. And of course, we want to give you an opportunity right now to win a pair of tickets to go see Breaking Benjamin in 3 days, Grace, September the 3rd at the Moody Center. All you got to do is get over to that iHeartRadio app, the one that you have us number one on your presets. Search the AM 1300 The Zone, tap that red microphone, and leave the word "seen." Seen is the key word of the day, and you'll get a chance to win a pair of tickets for September the 3rd to go see Breaking Benjamin in 3 days, Grace. Texas basketball, Sean Miller got a chance to meet with his basketball team. And one of the things that he truly understands is what it's like to compete every day.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing? Great to see everybody. People ask me all the time, like, Coach, what's your culture like? What are you going to build at Texas? What do you want your players to think about? Who are they? Like, what are you going to preach? What's that word, all right? And it's really simple for me. It comes down to 2 words. Always compete. Our job is to build the fire. Your job is simply to put your head down, trust the process, honor the process, and just really compete in everything that you do. When you're in the University of Texas, there's nowhere to hide. Every sport is either trying to win a national championship or on the threshold of winning it. When you have a team full of competitors, when we have a group which truly about that, you're going to develop, we're going to have a great time, and we're going to become that program on this campus that we're supposed to become. All right?
Compete on 3, 1, 2, 3, compete. And that's what the Texas Longhorns softball team is going to be doing tonight. They will be competing as to win a national championship, on the cusp of winning a national championship. And it's not just us that believes that Texas is going to win. Jessica Mendoza of ESPN believes that Texas is going to win tonight. And so does, someone else. They believe that Texas will win. And they went the route of one Shannon Sharp to let you know all about it.
Halo, I'm going to give you the floor. Who you got on Friday's Game 3?
Give me my one shot here.
They
$1 million arm, a little Texas charm. Red Raiders, disarmed Texas in 3.
There she is.
Money.
She's been practicing that all
Hook 'em.
night. All night
Hook 'em.
long.
It's going to be a great game.
Haley M.
I love it. I love it. $1 million arm, Texas charm, Texas Tech disarmed. Texas in 3. Hook 'em.
Let's go. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. Anytime you try to entertain as well as do sports, you got me. You had me at hello.
Yeah. Yeah. The beautiful thing about it, though, Mark, and you know as well as I do, all you want to know and what all you want to have happen is the opportunity to play for a national championship, any championship. You get a chance to be out there and get it in. Texas had that opportunity. I know a lot of people were, again, a little upset with the thought process of not going with Tegan Kavan. The thing about it is if they get through that and they get the win, nobody's complaining. Because they were there. They had the opportunity.
True.
Now, this will be the 3rd game that they have seen Najee Kennedy. This is the opportunity that Texas has been playing for. I think Texas comes out and they play at an elite level, and I think they play cleaner softball, and Texas wins the World Series. And that's not me being a homer. That's me watching both of these teams go at it. Their leadoff hitter, Davis, for Texas Tech, she's absolutely unafraid of any situation. She has been on fire, and every ball that she's hit has been hard the entire time. But you look at what Texas has been able to do throughout the season. These are the moments that you are built for. These are the moments that you practice and got up early and ran and had that extra time where you're getting blisters on your hand. It's time to go. And I think that this team is ready for the moment and excited about it all.
Man, I'm excited, Hardge. I just feel like that Miss Canada, she's gonna be tired tonight, and Texas is gonna be fresher. and you, like you said, not being a homer, it's just, looking at people's bodies, you get tired.
Yeah.
And you can't expect this woman to go out here and put on a starlight performance 3 nights in a row.
Right.
And be the same as she was in the first game. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's
even iron wears out.
Yeah, it's a lot of I'm not gonna say pressure. She's been built for this. That's why they went out and got her and have been building towards this. But at the end of the day, you know as well as I do, when the competitive juices for both sides start going, the mindset has to be critical focus. And sometimes you can wear yourself out from thinking too much, and just continues to play into it. So I'm excited about it, because if not, we wouldn't be having a game tonight. It would be boring. You'd be watching baseball again. And we're going to get into baseball next week. We're going to have Chipper Jones on next week.
Talking about my Yankees.
We're talking next Thursday. We're going to have Earl Campbell on the Legends of the Locker Room segment, breaking it down and talking all things Texas football and some other stuff as always. But the weekend is here. It's a feel-good Friday. We made it. Make sure if you missed any part of the shows, you get over to the podcast page. Morning Kickoff, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias. The Mark Henry, Hardball Hardge, and of course, AM 1300, The Zone. For Marcus, for Mark, Hardball Hardge here. Have a great weekend. And just remember, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
After a trip to the 2025 Women's Final Four, an SEC championship in their first season, and sold-out crowds at the Moody Center, Texas women's basketball is on fire. And season tickets for the 2025 to 2026